breakfast is ruined. This is the part where somebody's like, parodying the irate gamer now, aren't you? Aren't you a little late to this party? Just a tad. Well, you'd be right. I am a little late to this party. Just a tad. It's been how many years since Chris Holland's irritated gamer pastiches that I was a big fan of back in the day? Heck, it's been a couple of years since Rebecca Black had that "gotta have my bowl, gotta have cereal" reference to breakfast in the Friday song. It's been, yeah, it's I'm a little late to this party, just a tad. The thing is, I'm not actually here to make fun of the irate gamer or even parody the guy, because I'm quite serious about this topic. Speaking of whom, the irate gamer, don't you mean Chris Bores, that guy who refers to his channel nowadays as the CB Network? I'm just waiting for somebody to be like, oh, some kind of trucker joke or something about that. How did he not see that coming? Whatever. Anyways, I'm not really here to parody Chris Bores or even make fun of the guy, because I'm actually quite serious. Cereal sucks. You ever realize just how overrated it is, even as a breakfast food? Let's dive down into this rabbit hole and see how deep the darn thing goes, and how much hallucinogenic references are... No. I'll leave the conspiracy theories about Alice in Wonderland to folks who actually want to talk about that stuff. So, my history with cereal is pretty spotty. When I was, roller coastery to say the very least, ups and downs most certainly. When I was a little kid, I got wrapped up in all of the marketing and the mascots and things like that were blatantly targeted at getting little kids to eat sugar bomb, tooth-rotting kiddie cereal. I totally got into that stuff. I even had the Nintendo stuff back when that was a thing. So, yeah, I had my fun as a little kid eating sugary breakfast cereal until my health nut stepmother came along and forced me to eat more adult-friendly cereals with reduced sugar or no sugar, like Chex, Crispix, things like that, Kicks and stuff like that. And my relationship with cereal started souring right there, because it was so bland compared to the kiddie stuff all the other kids got to have with all the sugar in it and all that. Oh, you can't have too much sugar! Yeah, he's gonna get hyper! Yeah, what did he... Zero sugar! No sugar! No sugar! So she was fanatical about that stuff, to put it nicely. So, I developed a bit of an adversarial relationship with the classic breakfast food. I referred to it in those days as the miracle breakfast, because I considered it basically her way of not having to cook a real breakfast in the morning. Oh, just some cereal and milk. Look, the miracle breakfast. So, fast forward all these years later, and I've messed around with things like paleo and stuff, where you want to keep things simple, know what you're eating, and how much you're eating, and what calories are in what, and things like that. And cereal kind of got pushed to the wayside. I've been having regular food for breakfast to some folks' chagrin, so... Or, is it chagrin or something? Yeah, check that later. But anyways, to folks' dismay, there we go, I've actually kind of veered away from cereal. Well, to try and mix things up a bit, I tried going back. And guess what happened? I've become so unused to the added sugar, even in adult-friendly cereals, that it's totally... It actually has an adverse effect on me, even with such sugar bomb kiddie cereals as this. Ladies and gentlemen, Malto-Meal Raisin Bran. This is the bag of the last stuff that I tried before I did one last hurrah with Malto-Meal's knockoff of Rice Krispies, and then just gave up. So, this is Raisin Bran. Oh yeah, that sugar bomb, tooth-rotting kid, sugar bomb cereal, kiddie cereal, whatever. It's, but yet, still, it does have 20 grams of sugar per serving, and the milk that you pour on this stuff will add an extra 12. Milk traditionally has 12 grams of sugar per serving, and then when you check the serving sizes, that's when things get really interesting. Now, I've gained some weight recently, and the only major dietary change that I can attribute that to is eating cereal again. So I decided, let's check the numbers and come vlog about it, and if need be, rant about it. Well, you've seen what decision I've made on the matter. So this is a cereal that would have gotten a free pass from my stepmother because it didn't look all kiddie and tooth rotty, and yet it has 20 grams of sugar per serving and 200 calories. But what is a serving of cereal? 1 cup. And so we get to the serving shenanigans part of the skeletons in breakfast cereal's closet. Here it is, right here. Looky, looky. This is a serving of cereal right here. Pasta I think is even worse. I think pasta is only like a half cup or something, but there you go. So take the 200 calories and 20 grams of sugar and multiply. You could scoop cereal into a bowl with this stuff. Just count them up. 200 calories, 400, 600, 800, 1,000. I mean, how many of these would fit in your average cereal bowl? More importantly, how many times did you ever see a cereal commercial with this much cereal as part of this complete breakfast? That's also where we've totally gone wrong with cereal too, is because I have yet to see a commercial for cereal, kid or otherwise, kid-focused or otherwise, in all my years that ever said anything other than part of this complete breakfast. Yet I've never actually had cereal as part of any complete breakfast. It always was the breakfast. So, serving shenanigans and this 20 grams of sugar per one of these times how many of these go into an average bowl that I used to eat this stuff with? And same thing growing up too. It's just crazy, you know? One of those things you don't notice until you get away from it for a while. Maybe there was a time when eating Raisin Bran even eating bowls of Raisin Bran in the morning would basically, it wouldn't have any effect on me. But I've gotten so unused to the added sugars that are lurking, as well as the added calories that are lurking in cereals these days, that now if I try to go back to it, it has an adverse effect on me. It made me feel like crap at work, made me feel horrible at work, and of course the sugar effect from sugar basically powdering up your throat. So you try and do long discussions like this or microphone-based stuff, and it's hard to talk because it's like having sand in your throat. And anybody who does radio or broadcasting or even podcasting probably knows too much sugar too close to showtime is trouble. So I'm just surprised that I've gotten so used to not eating the added refined sugars in your average breakfast cereal that just trying to go back to breakfast cereal just a little bit had that much of an adverse effect on me. Who am I kidding? Breakfast is ruined! Much apologies to Chris Boers, but whereas he was going for a quick, easy joke, I'm pretty serious. Cereal's pretty darn overrated. And I think it's time I either learn how to cook to make a real breakfast in the morning, or, well, revert back to what I was doing anyways, having real food for breakfast in the morning and not just running for the cereal. Whatever. Till next time, this is MultimediaJay, signing off. Thanks for stopping by.